Today I'm going to be going over that time I failed the CompTIA Sec Plus. This is based on a true story. So the CompTIA Sec Plus is a great certification, especially if you're looking into landing a job in cybersecurity. If you can achieve the CompTIA Sec Plus, you'll be able to land an entry-level job in IT, and a lot of those entry-level jobs start off with a pretty good salary. So I went ahead and registered for the CompTIA Sec Plus via Pearson VUE's website, and I studied extremely hard. And when I mean I studied extremely hard, I studied the day before the exam and tried to do an exam cram, but that didn't work out very well. The next morning, I woke up exhausted, and all I remember is that I had an energy drink in my hand, and I was on my way to the testing facility. So when I arrived to the testing facility, I checked in with the prompter and I provided him my ID. Next thing he did was he proceeded to frisk me and just make sure that I didn't have any material in my pocket. And he also checked to make sure that my glasses weren't Google glasses, right? So they should just hire the TSA for this job because they will check you pretty thoroughly. Next thing he does, he guided me to the workstation where I'd be taking the exam from, and I sit down and I see a screen that asked me to agree with the terms and conditions. Okay, agree, right? At this point, I'm thinking this exam's pretty easy. And then I move on to the next screen. Now I'm getting hit with hard questions. Being questions ask me about IDS, HIPS. Again, I'm not giving away any confidential information here about the exam. This is all on the objectives, right? But all I can say is that I'm getting hit with some pretty hard questions and I'm getting really nervous. But I continue to click through the questions. Of course, I'm picking C because it's probably the best answer, of course. And I get to the last question and submit. Now, the next screen shocks me, right? Looking at it and it says failed. I'm like, what? I couldn't have failed. I think this is someone else's results. No, I'm just playing. All right, so I failed the exam. And so next I've got to do the walk of shame. I've got to go walk over to the prompter and pick up a hard card copy of my results. So I walk over, pick it up, right? Basically say I'm a loser. And next thing I remember was that I walked out of the facility and sat down in my car for a little bit and thought to myself, how did I get into this situation? What can I have done better? Right. Now, whenever you take an exam, you want to make sure that you have a good study guide, you've got flashcards, and I've gone over those flashcards, and you've reviewed a course or two, right? So I believe if you do that, right, then the likelihood of you passing the CompTIA Sec Plus or any IT exam will be pretty high. So that was one time I failed an exam. I haven't failed an exam since. Okay. I now hold multiple certifications to include the CISSP, CISM, and CAS Plus. I'm currently working on achieving the OSCP, so I'm focused more on those practical exams. And, you know, if you're watching this video and you just take an exam, whether you passed or you failed, all I can say and recommend is that you establish a really good study schedule, continue to move forward, and challenge yourself. Now, a part of challenging yourself comes with failure. And that's a good thing because sometimes we need to experience failure so that we know how to correct ourselves, right? So I hope you found this information useful and you enjoy this video. Please consider liking and subscribing. Danny out.